So welcome back guys to We Talk Boxing, and in this video I'm going to be talking about one of the fights which took place on the weekend on the undercard of Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. and that fight saw Viddal Riley take on Cheavon Clarke. Now in terms of myself watching this fight live, it was a good display from mainly Viddal Riley. I felt as if he had far superior skills compared to Cheavon Clarke. Um, from a Cheavon Clarke point of view, I've seen him fight a few times, so very disappointing from that aspect. I felt as if he could maybe have offered more. Even in the fight where he lost previously, Leandro Mosquera or whatever the name is, he offered more in that fight. Showed a lot of resilience. Wasn't scared to take a shot to actually try and land on his opponent. Which I'm not saying that he didn't land on Viddal Riley. I just didn't feel as if he pressed Viddal Riley enough. And when he actually did press Viddal Riley, he actually had him on the edge at times. Still, not worrying for Viddal Riley, but you can see that he was out of his comfort zone. And his comfort zone, what looks as if he's in gear 1 and 2 pretty much for the whole fight. It was very comfortable for Viddal Riley. What I did like about Viddal Riley is that he showed a lot of movement, a lot of hand speed, variation in his punching as well. And he wasn't scared to stand there and trade with Cheavon Clarke at times as well, trying to land his own big shots. So yeah, very, very good performance from Viddal Riley, and he now becomes obviously the British Cruiserweight champion. So he takes that belt from his opponent. And in terms of where both guys go, in terms of my opinion, I'm not sure with Cheavon Clarke. Obviously, his record now stands at 10-2, so 2 losses back to back on his record, and he's not progressing. He's 34 years of age, so can you rebuild again at that age? Maybe, I don't know. Are there still fights there for you? Yes, there's still fights there for him, which he can climb back up the rankings, but he's going to be pretty much considered now as maybe one of the journeymen in the division rather than one of the prospects. And there's other young pups which are there behind him, like Alois Yumbi, very, very good fighter as well, who I think should progress in terms of the levels. So he's pretty much going to be on his toes now, and there is other fights there for him, as mentioned, like Jack Massey and Ellis Oro, but it's going to be a little bit of a rebuild from here, and he might have to change his style and offer us a little bit more when it comes to these fights. But in terms of Viddal Riley, onwards and upwards for him. Brilliant display. He's now the British champion. Back in the days, he was considered more of a YouTuber, but now people are seeing a different side to him. So where I believe he should go from here, it's nice to win the British title outright. So whether or not he wants to try and stay around for another couple of fights just to win that title outright, then fair play. I think he's possibly got the skills to do that. Isaac Chamberlain will probably want to have something to say about that. But certainly, he should be looking for whoever the European champion is, or maybe even Commonwealth champion, and maybe taking on them as well to try and add more titles to your array of titles already. But yeah, tremendous performance. I think in terms of other people in that division, like the top cruiserweight now at the minute is Chris Billam-Smith in the UK. Obviously, Richard Riakporhe's moved up. So yeah, is not far behind Chris Billam-Smith, who obviously won on the weekend. Looked like a tough fight. I was just getting into the arena as, pretty much they were like 8 rounds deep, him and his opponent, Chris Billam-Smith. So he's not far behind Chris Billam-Smith, so he better watch out because Viddal's there behind him, and hopefully let's see what happens. But yeah, excellent performance from Viddal Riley. I'm definitely going to stay tuned to see where he takes his career and what fights he offers next. But as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How did you see the fight? And where would you like both guys to go next? Where would you like Viddal Riley to go? Where would you like Cheavon Clarke to go? As always, please subscribe and comment. Bless.